Hi and welcome back to another game of Steel Division. It's been a while since I last played, but I'm pretty excited to jump back in, now seeing there's a bunch of different unit abilities, a bunch of new battle groups that have come out. I still haven't even caught up to the last battle groups that came out, but I'll get there in the end. So I'm just going to start off by playing the 10Y Guard Tankovy Korpus, which is a Russian armoured battle group, going up against the 20th Panzer Grenadiers, which is a German infantry battle group. So just by looking at the 10Y Guard Tankovy Korpus, you can see that it has some really good offensive capabilities. You've got the T-34-85, which works really well with the Avtos and Tankovy, since you do have the Tank Rider trait. So I'll be trying to take advantage of that in this game, just by pushing forward using those two in combination. Another couple of good units that you have access to is the Panzers, which you can bring up in Phase A, and the Tigers, which you can bring up whenever. I decided to go for a Phase C, since I prefer to use Tigers as a more defensive unit. Once you've taken enough territory, then using the Tigers to hold that area. Now you don't have a lot of access to artillery. You can bring up the MLRS, but I instead went with the light artillery and the motorbikes, and I basically just want to use them for trying to stress out infantry, but mainly for smoke screens. I want to be able to bring up my close range units without taking too many casualties. And then you also have your ace, the P-39N, and the PE-283 bombers, which are really good at dealing with clusters of infantry or armor. And just quickly, my opponent, the 20th Panzer Grenadiers, I do have to be careful since their infantry are quite powerful. They have the Stug 4s and the Elephants, along with the Flak Panzer Panther, which is a pretty unique unit. And then they'll be trying to do their bombing runs using the Ju-87s and trying to control the skies with the Bf-109s. So let's get started. In the center is where I will be trying to set up a bit of a defensive position. I've got a couple of PTRS 41s which are going to set up in this church here, and this building all the way down here, trying to catch any transports that are coming through. I've got a recon unit which I just want to set up and give me vision of the road, along with anything coming through this field here. I then have a leader squad, 4 guard units with the DPs, so that's the double DPs and the PTRS, along with a ZIS-3 AT gun. They're going to be setting up here, so just try and defend this area and maybe try and get a push going. So we do spot some transports here. Managed to take out half of those grounds. We're going to try and back out of there after dropping some smoke. The rest of my units managed to get into position quite well. This PTR is going down to that Flak 38 though. I've got some more guards coming over in here, along with a Maxim and a Panther, another Maxim for vision of this road over here, another Maxim in case anything was trying to push down to this flag, and then over on the very left I've got a Maxim and an OB-25 which managed to take out a unit here. P-39N just trying to push those pioneers back. The other thing that I did was I tried to bring up a Tankovy and just try to hide him on the cliffside, but he is running straight into a pioneer squad. And that's Stug getting some nice hits on the OB-25, so this kind of backfired a little bit. I did manage to take out one unit, but I'm going to lose 2 in the process. Meanwhile, over on the right side, I've brought up a couple of guard units, and then the same deal, an OB-25, Maxim, and a Tankovy. I did a lot better on this right side. And then have another guard unit just set up to defend that flag point. So this is basically the deployment phase, is just setting up, getting ready for when the offense begins, and trying to deal with this left flank, since I wasn't expecting so much to be over here. I was expecting most of the fighting to be in the center. So I've just wheeled over my Panther. He's going to start taking some shots at the Stug 4, but we do lose vision there. Panther gets eyes on the Stug. So I managed to knock out the Stug 4. I'm just going to wheel back into position again. I basically just want this unit to be able to protect my guards from any armor pushing down here. I have brought up this U2 LMB. I think it's going... No, I thought it might be going for a bombing run. I've also got some tanker sneaky and some guard units getting ready to recapture this flag. Oh, that's not looking good. I've also brought up an SU-85 and a T-34-76 leader tank. I basically want them to be able to deal with any armor coming over here. Here's the bombing run now. Let's kill that onto the IG-33. Ju-87 coming in, getting a nice bombing run. Only managing to pin my units down though, not really doing any damage. A couple of casualties. Right side doing pretty well, so now I'm bringing up my mortar, along with a couple of tanker sneaky, and this is basically going to be my reinforcement deployment area. I'm going to be bringing units into here and then pushing them forward. IG-33 there. So the IG-33s are quite scary to come across, since they can do a lot of damage to your infantry, and they can even take out your tank with a lucky hit. I think they also have the heat shells, so yeah, they can do a lot of damage to a tank as well. I actually tried to move the maximum into a different building to keep it alive, and because of the accuracy of these things, it actually hit directly on target, so that was pretty unlucky. Tank sneaky took a few hits, so he's had to pull back. And after I just brought up an SU-57, which is a pretty good recon unit, 40 cost. And now I've brought up my T-34-76, so I can now start to bring up the tanker sneaky. I believe this is some smoke to make sure that we don't get knocked out of our transports as we move forward. coming out right into the middle of the field and going to start making that advancement over to these buildings here, I believe, or maybe even these ones here. I'm a little bit cautious though because of the IG-33. I'm also not really sure what's going to be waiting for me once I do advance. I've got an OB-25 coming in, along with some more Tanker Sneaky. And over on the left, I've just moved up my SU-85, along with the rest of my units. I've also brought up an AA unit to try and deal with that air that just kept coming in, so I can try and gain control of this flag. And now we make our way over. So I do notice some infantry coming across. So I do manage to get one of the Tanker Sneaky in, but I really should have been trying to smoke off this area as well when pushing forward. But I've got a guard unit push forward as well, which can provide a bit of supporting fire to this way or this way. And these have also been taken out of their transports. I think I got hit by that mortar back there. Since my mortar was over here, and then I moved it over to here to avoid getting counter batteried, but it ended up hitting my transports. So it's always good when you are bringing up units to keep them away from your artillery, because things like that may happen. I noticed that there wasn't really much over on this left side, so I just pushed forward with the Panther. And that gives me enough confidence to bring up my guard units as well. I've also brought up this guard unit even further. So we're just on the outskirts of this flag now. Still playing pretty cautious over on this left side. I really should have been pushing forward with that Tanker Sneaky to gain control of the flag. I could have been on a 13-11. Some more sappers now that we're in phase B, and I've also got a couple of guard units and a leader squad, so they're the ones that are getting come off instead. I thought I was going to bring these guys up, but I'm pretty sure I just leave these here for a back line while pushing forward with just the regular guards. So I'm deciding to finally move these guys up. Managed to get some really nice hits on that MG42. So we're just starting to unload now. I was quite surprised by the lack of units on this left side. I honestly thought that because I was so strong over here that they might take advantage and try to push into here. But I managed to take that flag quite easily. He has brought up a Stug for leader squad, leader tank, sorry. So my OB-25 is trying to get some side shots along with my T-34-85 leader, which I've just brought up. Nice kill there. Pioneer is going to get shots off though, so have to be careful. So I managed to bring up those tanker sneaky, and again we're just off getting it. So moving up the OB-25. Couple of assist 3s and average Vedka coming up. So these are my artillery, light artillery. Guards under fire by the pioneers and the stugs. I'm trying to be quite careful since these stugs can easily deal with my T-34-76. I was hoping I could maybe get some side shots off, but as soon as I get within range of doing a side shot, this one here will be able to take me out. Guards going down there. So now I'm deciding to move the tanker sneaky up. Moving on straight into pentagrams. That we do manage to gain control of this flag. Artillery moving up. Still not doing too much over here. I've brought up an SU-122 along with a mortar. I brought up a leader squad, some guards, sappers, some Furies, and now we're finally moving up that inch just to get the flag. Well, that stug's getting very close to my panzer. We might be able to get some grenades off. That is very close. And it doesn't pen. I think we are going to need to go down though. I don't know how it can't get an instant pen from that close range, but it does go down to a grenade though. Pioneers trying to engage this. I have put up this T-34-85 leader now, so all my units are getting a little bit of experience, and because it's now on this main road, we're able to deal with their armor even more effectively. Let's start going down. I have to be careful of these satchel charges. Pretty sure there's Vedka. Also got these Visvod, which are the artillery leaders. Basically going to be giving my artillery radio capacity so that they can be more precise with their hits. That's another new ability, the artillery leader. So I wanted to test that out. I just wanted to move into position since these guys are heading there once they're flying out. A lot of units back here. Trying to pin them down with my artillery before moving back. Back 40 going down, which is really good news. Now come in PE 2-3s. I did quickly try to turn my T-485 around, and we managed to take each other out. I was hoping I could take at least one hit from that, but didn't work out too well. Meanwhile, over on the left, I've brought up the SU-122, so no more advancement from that hill, along with the SU-57. A lot of infantry now pushing down this left side. So he does manage to regain control of this flag. Meanwhile, over on the right side, I've brought up a leader tank and a T-34-85 with some Razvedka so that we can spot any armor that's trying to make their way down. Here, I do spot our leader squad and start hitting it as well. PTRS finally goes down. Managed to stay there for quite a long time. And Vosvod also another guard unit as well. So my opponent's doing quite well at counter-attacking. Nice hit there from the Tiger. Some reinforcements finally coming up. I was a little bit slow with the reinforcements since it has been a while since I played. But my T-34-85's coming in, along with a bunch of guard units and a leader squad and another T-34-76. I do like the T-34-76. Can't really deal with other medium tanks per se. It is really good at supporting your infantry. we do manage to stop the AI in its tracks. We've got the T-34-85 leader coming in to deal with the Stug, with the Tiger moving up as well now. And leaving these guards back here has been very useful, since as they push forward we managed to mow them down and then set up another group of guard units to create a kill box. This guard unit taking a lot of hits though, so we have to pull him back if we can. Got some more guards getting caught out by those pioneers. Have to be careful with TNT. This was a bit of an error here. I really should have kept this guy back, waited for him to push forward. Instead we end up with a very close range engagement and I end up losing. We have managed to push them out of this area now. Of course, Svenka as well, to spot anything coming in. It's also just a really good close range unit with its 7 SVTs and a bazooka for any armor. This Stug pretty much has free range over here until the Tiger comes in and knocks it out. But they have regained control of this flag. They've set up a bit of a defensive line back here, defending this flag. So my offense is stalling out just a little bit. But we've got plenty of reinforcements coming in. We've got our commander back here. Tiger and Razvedka coming in. Now these guards finally going down. More guards coming in. Finally some much needed reinforcements. Along with a couple of T-34-85s and a T-34-85 leader tank. So the armor's finally starting to trickle in. And we have been bringing up other armor, but it's basically been going tit for tat with their Stugs. Looks as though we finally put most of these targets since they are pretty limited with the 20s Panzer Grenadiers and their Stugs. So for every T-34-85 I lose, as long as it's taken out a Stug with it, we will end up with a much larger armor advantage. trying to gain control of this flag and this flag again. SU-122. Trying to knock out these infantry units from afar. And I did notice my tank is sneaky going down as well, so the right side is quite defenseless, and I'm going to need to bring up a few more units to try and retake that flag. In the meantime though, some more guard units coming in. A couple of SU-57s and a Tiger as well. So again, just leading up here and then pushing forward. Again over here I've got a couple of guard units and a T-34-85. They're just gonna cross over onto these buildings, unload, so that we can start pushing forward to this flag here.
Ложись! Вытащите меня отсюда!
Got some civilians along with an 5 coming in. You're going to be setting up here and then pushing forward.
Вижу противника! Санитар! Это Сергей, цель замечена. Молодец, наводчик. Хорошая попадка.
I'm now just trying to move these units forward
Да, товарищ капитан.
so that I can use them as a more supportive role as I push forward with a bunch of AVTOs and a T-34-76. The idea is that these guys are going to unload into this forest and push forward and try and gain control of this flag. Do have to be careful of the 88 though, so that's going to be a priority to try to take that out. I am going to be trying to use air to take it out though, so probably not the smartest play. I was hoping my P-39N could soak some of the damage, allow me to get my payload off, but that does not happen, and he actually follows up with a couple of BF-109s. Force me to fall back and possibly take out my ace. There he is. So yeah, I really should have sent him back on that first run, but I got a little bit greedy and tried to go for a second run by accident. I think I was trying to make another play somewhere else. Possibly over on this right side. See my Rizvedka going down. to regain control of this flag, bring up an SU-57 along with some more armor.
Борис, ложись! Зацепили! Боеприпасов больше нет! Вижу противника! Борис, ложись! Жду приказов! Зацепили! Хорошее попадание!
I'm also starting to push
Санитар!
forward over this right side, so basically all these units are going right now, trying to push into this forest.
Борис, ложись! Зацепили! Вытащите меня отсюда! Борис, ложись! Зацепили!
Yeah, so we did manage to push them out of this flag. We've managed to get a nice hold on to this flag. I'm going to even try pushing further with my guards.
Зацепили!
Meanwhile, on the right side, I've pushed up with the T-34-76, getting ready to push with the Superiors. Some more reinforcements coming in, but as you can see, my opponent is starting to
Вижу противника!
really struggle to put up any fight now.
Хорошее попадание! Борис, ложись! Вытащите меня отсюда!
ready my SC-57. With that though, we do manage to secure the flag, just barely. Over on the centre, pushed up with some avtos. There was meant to be, some armed with that flag behind. There's some smoke. Just a massive overpowering force of PKSHs, giving control of this flag as well. I'm also moving up my guard unit, trying to grab this one. There we go. That puts us at an 18-6 lead. And I'm just trying to move forward here as we conclude the game. So thanks for watching. A major victory with 4,100 kills and 2,400 losses.